All right. Here we go again. On. I have nothing set up. I'm still just barely within our window to consider myself late. Hope everyone's having a good Thanksgiving. Mine wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. I mean, I've had worse, but what's going on here? Oh Jesus, what in the hell? Something's wrong. Oh, Chrome. Come on, Chrome. Don't make me have to sign in everything. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to get everything going. You assholes really will make me sign in? Shit. How did I sign out? Oh, God damn it, man. I don't have time for all this shit. I don't have time for this shit. Oh, man. Hope everyone's having a better Thanksgiving than me. Sheesh. Zeus is sick or has arthritis or something. That's something. I went to an emergency vet. Got him some medicine or some painkillers. Oh, fuck. I gotta go back to my phone so I can sign in to even see your fucking comments. I'll be right back. Gotta let my phone on my fucking charger. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, I don't know how. Usually, even if I don't have everything set up, I can just. Oh my God damn it. All this shit just to sign into YouTube on Chrome so I can see your fucking comments. No, there is no suspicious activity. I'm the motherfucker trying to sign in. Let me sign in. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Can I sign into this fucking platform? It's like a fucking like I'm trying to sign into the Pentagon. Do you need my blood? What in the fuck is going on? Jeez. I don't even know how I got signed out on my fucking Chrome tab. And I'm doing all this shit so I can go into Kick and Twitch as well. So I don't know what you guys are saying. They had the comments appear on the fucking screen. Holy shit. So I apologize. The technical issues are just as bad as they always are. I hope everyone's having a happy Thanksgiving. And I hope everyone's having a happy, or if if it's not Thanksgiving, you don't celebrate it, whatever. That's cool too. Just hope you're having a good day. Better day than me. Like I said, Zeus is not feeling good, and that's had me kind of depressed, honestly. Hope he's all right. Went to the vet. Didn't really get much information. Did get some medicine. I follow up with his real vet. I didn't really like the emergency vet, so it is what it is. Can I get into this thing? Jesus, I'm doing everything incorrect. So I might be even worse than usual because of that. So I'm hoping Zeus is okay. He hasn't really, he yipes sometimes, but it's not like to the touch. So it's not like there's like a leg. There does seem to be something weird with his front legs, but it's not like if you touch it, he'll yipe. And sometimes he'll walk, but he just doesn't want to walk. It's almost like he's going through what I went through a few weeks ago, which I feel bad. Like he can walk, but it just hurts, and he doesn't really want to. And so he doesn't really want to move. I put some snacks in his face. For a second, he didn't want to eat them, but he did at least eat some of the snacks. So there's that. And he did also take some of the medicine that he's been sent home with. So that's positive. Tomorrow I'm going to call his real vet, see if I can get an appointment, and see if they can check and make sure. You see my mic is low? Okay. Fuck. No. I turned it up a little bit. I thought it was super low. Timeout. Oh, never mind. Too late for that. Man, I don't know what happened with the fucking Bears, bro. They got to fire their coach. He's got to go. Like, I'm worried about the Lions, right? Everybody's fucking injured. We can get into that shit. Everybody's injured. My God, we need another bye week so bad. I'm worried about us winning this division. I'm worried we just got too many injuries on the fucking defensive side of the ball. I know our offense is still smooth, But I think we got too many injuries on the defensive side of the ball. We need another bye. We need that shit, and we're scraping by. The past couple. Well, last week was a good, easy, clean win. But this week, I know it's a divisional game. I know the Bears are actually better than what their record is. Holy smokes. What is that coach? Eberflus? Eberflus has to be fired immediately, man. That's because this is not the first time. Didn't a couple weeks ago, he had that shit where they had a timeout and they just kicked the field goal and it got blocked? And he could have at least tried to get a few extra yards. He keeps doing this shit. And I'm not a Bears fan. I want the Bears to lose. But just when you see this shit, it's like, nah, man. That guy has to go. Because Caleb Williams is better than I thought he was going to be. I made fun of him with his painted nails. He's actually a solid player. That team has some solid players on the defensive side of the ball. They got a solid team. They got a team that if they had the right head coach would be a threat in this division. But not with that guy. And listen, I would be more than happy for you guys to have Eberflus coach 10 years so the Bears could suck and one less problem because this division already stacked. The Packers are probably finishing up their beatdown of the Dolphins. I saw some of that. And Vikings is right on our heels. Our division is fucking stacked. So I'm more than happy if the Bears just want to suck. But if they have any self-esteem, they got to fire that guy. He shouldn't have left Thanksgiving with his job. He should be fired tomorrow at the latest. He's got to go. Yeah, they have a turkey legs right now. Yeah, they was beating up on the poor fucking Dolphins. Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being there. Retro Richards on his fourth plate. That's what's up. Yeah, Lions won. We were just talking about that real Wade. And, I mean, I'm happy the Lions won. I'm sad that we keep losing people in our defense to injury. The Bears should fire their coach if they give a shit. Prayers to Dodger Lanny. Thank you, Tom Jensen. Yeah, Dodger Lanny will be okay. Hey, Cotton. It's the only day you can be fat and you don't want to be quick. Well, I ain't hardly ate. White girls cooking dry turkey. No, I ain't had nobody cook for me. I was gonna go over Bro Jelani's, but like I said, one, he had got tired and shit, and then Dodger Lanny. Zeus is not feeling that great. I don't know what's going on. We will see. Like I said, I'll probably a lot of the shit they wanted to do as far as blood work and X-rays. It's just expensive. Golly, and I'm hoping it's a little cheaper when I go to my main vet, but it's still gonna be expensive. Miami, I thought Miami was gonna go for a little bit of a playoff push. They still might. Don't know if they'll make it. Because there's still enough. There's a little bit of season left, but they are infamously a bad cold weather team. I mean, obviously they stay in Miami. It's a hot city, but they're infamously. I think they haven't won in like years under certain degrees. I forgot what it is under like 40 degrees. They haven't won like 4 or 5 years. Turkey got demolished. Mama J got overwhelmed. Worst Friday of the year tomorrow. Yeah, Melanated Friday. No. That's not why it's called Black Friday. It has nothing to do with race. Texas whooped the Dolphins in 2.5 weeks. Texans got their own offensive issues with Slowick. Though they got injuries to their offensive line, too, that's hurting them. But football's getting interesting. Football's getting interesting. Have a hair raised video that you made. There you go. Everything is cheaper and it's called Black Friday. That's not why it's called Black Friday. It's not a racial thing. I've explained this. It's a opportunity for a lot of retailers to go from in the red meaning losing money to in the black meaning profitable. So it's not a racial thing. But that is a ignorant / observant correlation. That everything's cheaper on Black Friday. But shit, the whole black as a racial construct is a gimmick. Black and white, there's not even black and white are not races. They're colors. They're designations that the U.S. government came up with for the census. And I mean, not that they hadn't colloquially or existed before as descriptors, but they're not race. It's not race. Broncos going to play. Man, shout out to Bo Nix. Started off a little rocky, but man, he might be the rookie of the year. He might be the rookie of the year between him and really, I think he might be the rookie of the year. Jane Daniels started off better, but he's starting to, and he's had some injury issues too. I think he's got a rib injury that he's playing through. And so they're not quite as good as what they once were. You're right. If you be real technical, they're not even colors, Fizz. They're shades. But they certainly aren't races. I know we use them as a ethnicity term, but I mean there's something psychological about that, because it's like, I'm brown. I'm not actually. I'm considered black. I am black, but I'm brown. Like my actual shade of color is brown. As in most black people are either dark or light brown. And then for some reason, this is a random. I could rant on this all day. I don't feel like it. Even though I don't know what I'm ranting about. Don't really have anything. We'll probably get into some games at some point. Just wanted to talk to you. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. Like I said, Zeus is not feeling good, so I'm not feeling good because he's not feeling good. And I'm worried about him. So I'm just talking to y'all because it's like, well, here's something to do, so I don't have to focus on that in a way. We can talk football. We can talk anything else. I mean, I guess we can talk politics. I don't know what the fuck is going on in politics. No clue. And it was cool hanging out in Wes's chat. They were talking a little bit about the PayPal mafia and some of the stuff that they're worried about with them, and just how it's cool being it, because I think everything's a work, and I think both sides are pushing us to the same end, and so do people over in that chat. No, he's not Snow Bunny. I hope he's okay. I think he might be. He's up there. He's about 9 years old. He might even be a little older than that. I think he's getting arthritis. That's what I think it is. PayPal has been policing people for political. They've been doing that for a while. I mean, infamously, they did that with Eric July, a.k.a. Derek June. Actually, shout out to Ogre Squasher. He's so clutch. Goodness, I didn't realize. Now that I think about I've been struggling for a minute. Ogre Squasher is part of the reason I'm able to pay my rent. No lie, because it's just how everything worked out. I'll be back on track the next few weeks, but this was a struggle. Get just over the thing. Put your money on the bed in the lot box. But I had to use PayPal to get my money out. I mean, if you send a super chat through YouTube, I won't get it because I'm not over $100 to take out. But if you send a super chat through Stream Elements, I can get it immediately, and I get most of it. So YouTube takes a piece. Even though, shit, if y'all want to send a super chat, I don't give a fuck how y'all send it. But if Ogre Squasher, you don't know who he is. I don't really know who he is outside. He's a pilot. He's a nice guy, and he'll pop up mysteriously with these mega super chats. You can also all the stuff. The Cash App exists. You can Cash App me. You can super chat. Not to e-bag like all other streamers. All those things exist. Shout out to Ogre Squash. He really came in clutch. I was going to borrow money, which I ended up having to do anyway when Zeus got sick. But I borrowed this care credit thing. But whatever, man. I just thank you. I've been struggling. Cash App, whatever y'all toss, I appreciate. But yeah, I was nervous about it, man. Kind of glad I'm not that big of a YouTuber, because if PayPal knew some of the stuff I've talked about, maybe I would be having issues right now. And I definitely want to find a issue outside, or a something outside of PayPal. Like for I eventually I'm gonna have a VigilanteWilliamson.com, and then for merch, for all this, like I want another payment processing system that's not PayPal, and maybe that's just going directly into my bank. Maybe there's a way around it. I gotta do some information. Chime, maybe. Just something, but I mean that's still linked to Visa. I don't know. Even if it just goes directly into my bank, and granted I don't have a separate business account yet, because I mean I'm not making money. I don't make money regular off Vigilante Williamson. It's always a rare event. Like Logan Squash tossed some money. You guys have tossed super chats in the past. But once we start doing the music thing, we want to sell obviously downloads, maybe even physical CDs and vinyl, merch, that sort of thing. And so I will need something. If that even, who knows, it usually takes a while to even get to that point. So there's no telling that, there's no saying that next year we'll be there. And then, like I said, I also want to do games at some point. Same thing. You want some sort of payment processing system. I mean, I'll be using Steam, obviously, but just for where that money is going to go. But again, doesn't mean those games are going to be raking in that much dough, or the game I'll come up with. And I don't even know how long it's going to take to finish. But doesn't mean I'm going to be at that point next year either. So we'll see. But you're not wrong that they are politically policing. Which I don't know how smart that is. I mean, the paradigm is definitely shifting. I can think right and left are the same demon all I want. There's definitely a shift, a paradigm shift to the right. That's a real thing. There's a lot of people, listen, the wokeness and the social injustice that the left pushed definitely put a lot of people off. Yeah, why is everything political? I have no idea. Oh, man. This is app I did, transaction app, where the comments still get displayed on the screen, but the payment doesn't go to YouTube. That would be cool. I mean, I think there's a way to do that with stream elements. Real quick, I'll be right back. I'm actually about to just check on Zeus. I'll be right back. Let me see. Is that the BRB thing? Yeah, here we go. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. What the fuck? He said snow. Well, boiled chicken and overcooked white rice. Like I said, I'm probably got. There's, like I said, I ain't got nobody, and I don't look like I'm gonna have nobody for the rest of my life. So I highly doubt it, bro. But no, Zeus is okay. I set his bed next to him. I think he was laying down. He got up, got on his bed, and that's where I heard him yiping. I don't know if y'all heard him, but I did. And I just put some water in his bowl, some ice in his bowl, put his bowl next to him. and hopefully he's okay. But he just took some medicine, so hopefully he feels a little bit better, and hopefully we can figure out what's going on. Because despite this fictional snow bunny, he's pretty much all I got. I mean, I do got my brother, right? But as far as like I have nothing. There's no other living thing in this house ever but me. You know what I mean? Except a maintenance man every now and again when like something goes wrong. And I don't want those motherfuckers in here. Talking about boiled chicken and overcooked white rice. That's crazy. Crazy. So you gotta be a lefty. Just like it was something. I think it was a goth. You got to be a lefty to be a gothic person or something like that. Yeah, a lot of things have gotten overly political for nothing. It's like none of this shit matters, man. Arguing over which dictator you want. None of this shit matters. All of these motherfuckers are trying to put microchips in our head or in our arm or both. All of these motherfuckers is trying to hook us up to these CDBCs. Bitcoin about to go over 100K if it's not already. So shout out to the crypto billionaire gang. I got very little crypto. I haven't checked on it in a minute. I'll be lucky to have $100 in crypto. But shout out to y'all. I guess I could check all my accounts, see what they doing, if I can even remember them. That shit might be lost. Yeah, that's it. Everything's political for no reason. I'm getting tired of it. Granted, we talk politics. I try, how many times do I say, I like to be pro free speech. I let y'all talk about whatever. I want to talk about whatever. Even shit I don't want to talk about, I let y'all talk about and we talk about. But I'm as tired of the over politicization of everything as everyone else, especially when it's so fruitless. But people, especially after 2020, not only was everything made political, people felt morally, they were able to morally confirm their political views, right? Oh, this group is a bad group of people or a dumb group of people and or both because they view this thing. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it was, and because of the life and death nature of both the quote-unquote virus and the reaction to the virus, everyone was able to politically justify themselves. Oh, man, the right, they're against lockdowns. They must want people to die. Oh, man, the left, they're pro-lockdowns. They must want people to die. You know what I'm saying? So that, oh, man, the left is pro-jab. They want people to die. Oh, man, the right is anti-jab. They must want people to die. So that became, that other side is evil because they have this view set. Oh, they're pro-Trump. They must be evil racists. Oh, they're pro-Biden. They must be idiots. But still, you felt morally justified to be on whatever side you were on and to dislike the other side. And we've been doing that now. I know politics has been divisive the entirety of the existence of humanity, right? In some way, shape, form, or fashion. But when we're talking about the modern right or left, I mean, we're going back about 2016. Some people want to go into Obama, and if you do that, you're going to have to go into George Bush, so that you say the past 20 years, 24 years. But the intensity was the past 6 to me, 8 to 6. It was the whole Orange Man, the rise of Orange Man bad, the pandemic, the anti-left movement, and the anti-SJW movement, all that stuff. The past 6 years, from 2018 on, you obviously include some of the 2016 and this stuff, but that's when it got really intense. That's when it got really moralist to view either side of this. They worked so hard to find the source of the outbreak. Man, it was a reason I call it the pandemic. I don't like authoritarianism. We saw which side does that. You say that, never. The PayPal mafia is funding Trump. The people who make brain chips. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I'm here in what you call? I can't even watch a porno without the authoritarianism of the right. So I would say both sides are authoritarian. It's just that the left. Here's what it is. There's the powers that be, and they were using the left to push a lot of authoritarianism shit. But it's the powers that be. They gonna use both sides to get what they want. Like I said, while watching Prawn, cause the Snow Bunny don't exist. That's why. She's a fiction of y'all imagination. If she was real, I'd be with her. And I'm no fap, team no fap, right? I'm not saying you should watch Prawn. Don't watch Prawn, right? But if you're in Texas, you get on try to get on the hub. It's age verification shit. Shit, you can't. It's decriminalized in some cities, but you can't get a blunt like you can in a lot of major cities. There's a lot of little subtle bits of authoritarianism that's native to the right. Don't get me wrong. It ain't the same as the lockdowns. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was as crazy as that shit. And nothing as crazy as authoritarian. I get what you're saying, Cotton. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to totally dispute what you mean. Fuck, we ain't pouring. Stay that way, bro. These things are toxic. I'm about to smoke some weed. I smoke weed, I smoke weed to get away, for some instant escapism. All right, voila. I'll just be watching porn, just random shit. I never got into porn stars. Like, I don't be knowing these hoes' name unless they get like a Mia Khalifa. I know her name because she went famous and started talking shit. And that Melody Mack, speaking of political hoes, I know her name because she talks shit. But I don't like porn, right? I'm not a porn guy. I'm not a goon. I mean, I could be a goon like anyone else, but I'm not one of those, like, yeah, porn. You know what I mean? And I got my favorite stars and all these I'm not that guy. But, I'm a dude who's been single, not trying to be gross, but it is what it is. MK, I don't even know who MK is. Hooker Tears is the best. It's wild. Fizz says it's going to be sober forever. I would suggest that. I would never suggest anyone smoke weed. I would never suggest anyone drink. I would never suggest anyone definitely don't take all this bullshit. Shit, they selling Galaxy Gas and Whippets. Oh, Mia Khalifa. Okay. Who the hell MK? I did mention him. What the fuck are we talking about? Mortal Kombat. MK Ultra, who? But y'all know. Not only do I smoke weed, I be ranting so much that, and then there's delay. So by the time y'all said something, that's a minute and a half of me mentioning it. But yeah, they got all this bullshit. Then of course perks and all this other dumb shit. I've never tried. I have tried Xanax. I ain't really do nothing, but I've never tried it. Lap dance always better with the strippers crying. That's wild. BHG, who's that? Definitely don't smoke in the hot tub in the mountains or have a scotch after dinner. Yeah, that's wild work. Yeah, it ain't the end of the world to partake in these things if you could do so responsibly. Bloodhound Gang. I remember them. That's the You and Me Baby Ain't Nothing But Mammals. But let's do it like we do on Discovery Channel. Parrothead knew the reference. Bloodhound Gang. Hey, Parrothead. But listen, I do like smoking. I just wouldn't suggest it because it's a bill. And if you don't do it, don't do it. Y'all young, Fizz and Richard is young. Stay sober, bro. What bare minimum is one less bill to worry about. Play Erica, just blow shit up. I'll pass. Unless you can find another one of those weird German bitches that German SJW bitches. I might play it under what they saying. I don't identify as a mammal people these days, right? But that was a big hit. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. That shit was that was crazy. You had a Puerto Rican Russian chick. Well, you doing better than most. But yeah, I never said Hooker Tears are the best. The lap dance band with the strippers crying. Farting with the Walkman on is a brilliant song. I never got into the Bloodhound Gang. They were kind of a joke dance, dare I say hip hop. I mean, they got pretty popular in the aughts. It was Evil Jared Hasselhoff. I'm aware they were. I remember when I worked for I worked for a college radio station, and one of the guys I used to work with was not into, but he knew of their music. He would play their music. So I might even heard that song, just forgot it. Hey Slasher, happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody if I haven't said it. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys in the chat, guys and gals if in the chat, because I know people lurk, and that's okay to lurk. We got a few. That's cool that people lurk, man. It's always a few people who don't participate, just chill, put the chat on. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate that you're there. So thank you. I identified somebody who left and came back with a smoked turkey leg. There we go. Anti-woke are attacking Avowed for some reason, which is a game he was hoping to be good as Elder Scrolls alternative. Maybe there's some SJW stuff afoot, or maybe they're bored. You never know. You never know with the anti-woke, because sometimes it's just, the news cycle might get dry, and then it's your turn. You maybe you say something against something, or somebody start the same shit that the woke motherfuckers used to do, where they go on your Twitter, look for something to be mad at, and then get mad. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying that has occurred in the past. Maybe there is something legit to worry about, but I don't know. I don't know enough about Avowed in that situation. I don't know enough about it. Personal favor is not my job to fuck you on your birthday. That's wild work. Hey, Tree Rock, appreciate it. Appreciate it. How you pick up? I know I'm just going off of what Fizz said, and I didn't know nothing about Avowed. I'm not even aware of the game, but so I'm not sure what got the anti-woke's panties in a bunch. I'm not sure if it's legit. I'm not sure if it's bullshit, because it could be either. It could be either. Sometimes, the motherfuckers was right about Spider-Man 2. I wish they would have said something about Spider-Man 1. They never said anything about that, so that's why Spider-Man 2 went so crazy. They was right about some of this stuff, so it's good to, much as I talk shit about the anti-woke, seems like BS. Sometimes it is BS. Sometimes it is BS. Sometimes it's overblown. Sometimes, like I said, some people accuse us of that with, what was that shit that me and Matt didn't, well, I didn't really watch as much of it as he did, but even when I watched, I just didn't like, Arcane. Maybe too busy. Stay that busy, man. This shit ain't worth knowing about most of the time. I get if, Fizz following the game. I get that. Keep in mind, Vows made the same team that made Outer Worlds. Okay. So they had a little hype behind it. And then he talks about the Bloodhound game. I know they gonna copyright claims, because I think they was on Universal or something. They were on a big label. Be a happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, this was a weird group. I never really got into them. But, yeah, I'm not sure. I've never really got into them. I knew about the one song. Thought Arcane was uninteresting, morally gray. I didn't even get that far. I just didn't like I didn't get into it. I gave it like an episode, and I just felt, I don't know. I didn't like the world. And at the time, I just didn't. I don't mind, it's very hard to get away from cliche. And I'm not saying it was cliche. There was a lot of anti-cliche in that, but it just sometimes, I don't know, it just felt kind of generic. The song fucking slaps. All right. The problem, I don't know, just something felt just generic, and I just didn't like it. I just felt, I wish I had the words to explain. It just felt, I can't explain it. And then I did like the world for something like Cyberpunk anime. I just can't explain. And I remember that came out a little after that, but I thought, like, man, this is better. Yeah, anti-cliche was cliche. I wish I had better words for it. Maybe if I watched it live, I could say what it was. It was just something kind of cheesy about the world that though I don't know, something artificial about the edge of the world. Like, you know, they were supposed to be like these poor ragtag team of friends as kids, and I don't know, just something felt off to me, and it was like a fake grittiness, maybe that's what it was. Like, it felt like they were trying to make it somewhat gritty, but it didn't really feel that way to me. It felt more cartoony than gritty. It was something with the world and the designs also. It was aesthetically unpleasing to me. I think that's a more simple thing. And I wish I had better language to explain it. I'm not a critic. But it was just unpleasing. It was just very unpleasing to me. Aesthetically. Along with I just didn't like the world. I just didn't like the character design. I just didn't care for the characters. And after one episode, and I'm picky, man. I'm very picky with these series and stuff. It's like, I'll pass. The Gritty, hey Zax, McGriddles. All right, let's listen to I'll see how long I can get into this Bloodhound Gang. It's been a while since I heard any of their music. I never got super into them. I hope we don't get copyright claimed. Oh boy. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Anymore ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. What is this? Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Giving it a try, Papa. Pause. For you. Pause. Job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. Ain't my job. Ain't my job. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job to fuck you on your birthday anymore. not sure if his plans on changing. It's not bad of a song. People are starting to leave. I guess I'll give it this last minute. Fuck it.
Anymore ain't my job. The fuck you on your birthday. Ain't my job. The fuck you on your birthday. Anymore.
All right, you see, that's pretty much it. Okay, I mean, when it dropped, it did get good, but then it was like, all right, we don't have. There's literally no other lyrics, and there's nothing but that loop. It's like, okay, we have one idea. Which, hey, shit, sometimes that's how a song goes. I mean, surely shit, I probably ain't gonna be that much more advanced, but still. Says Sexy Red don't sound bad. Definitely post Linkin Park, man. That's what I was thinking. Like, damn, this definitely gave me that. We've heard a lot of Linkin Park vibes. Said fuck that bitch, fuck Sexy. No, I wouldn't fucking with your dick, Sexy Red. Pause. I mean, the lyric is it's funny, but you repeat it for like 50 times. The song should have been shorter. Just keep that shit 2 minutes. Cool, 2 minutes. I'm like, all right, we done made our point. You ain't have to do that. And that's something I do like about a lot of modern artists, even across genres, is making shorter songs. Part of that is done for Spotify to get more streams, but part of that is because a lot of songs, rather you into like funk or like psych rock or prog rock. I mean, you would have songs just go like if you Rush, Parliament Funkadelic. There's a lot of different genres of songs where it's like this is like 8 minutes a song, man, and you do not need 8 minutes, 20 minutes a song. You know what I'm saying? So there's something to be said about. I'm surprised too. I knew that's a they were on a major, and they no one fucked with me. Maybe they'll fuck with me later, because they do sometimes. After the stream, copyright stuff. So that's why you got to watch the live stream. It's gonna be different. Maybe that song gets deleted out. The segment gets deleted out later. But they didn't fuck with me. Cause I remember Bloodhouse Gang. I want to say it was on Universal. They were pretty, medium-sized band. They weren't like Coldplay big or like Sum 41. You guys remember that? I'm trying to think of other bands in the 2000s that were big. Nickelback. They weren't like that. But they had a nice little buzz. And, had a decent little drop. But it's just like, man. Hey, I got to give them some cleverness. Like, okay, you just came up with one bar. Ain't my job to fuck you in the birthday. Said it a few different ways and call that shit a song. Now the music was solid. Yeah, say it was on Epic. Oh yeah, Epic don't play. It's really for real. There's only 3 real labels. There's Epic, which is under Sony, Warner, Universal. Epic is under Sony. I think Columbia is under Sony. Atlantic is under Warner. Universal Music Group has 1 trillion labels, including Interscope, which is why this whole Kendrick Lamar Drake beef. How am I the only one who think this is sus that Universal Music Group has both artists and both of them has some of the biggest songs of the year, especially that Not Like Us, which is probably the biggest song of the year. I can't be the only one who thinks, wait a second, is this beef even real? But people don't. Who is Bad Boy under? A lot of these labels have consolidated since the 90s. Like Geffen and Interscope, and then the Universal, and Def Jam's Universal. Like I said, I remember Warner got sold off. I don't know if. I wonder if Warner is even under Warner. They got sold off at one point. The Warner Music Group, and they had a bunch of labels. I remember Atlantic was under there, and a few others I can't think of. I used to know more about this shit. I don't care. As I think Tree Rock said, the whole entertainment industry is so fucking dead. And I'll kind of say, he used to send it to his ex when she called, cry about some dude she was dealing with. That's funny. But Tree Rock did say the entertainment industry is in such shambles, man. We cover, even though I did like Gladiator, and I do want to do a review on it if I can get myself together. Hopefully with Zeus, hopefully he gets better. But we looked at the 1980 1984, the same weekend. And yes, the top few movies did a lot more, but dollar for dollar from like the top 20 movies this year and the top 20 movies 40 years ago, the number 10 movie on beat out this year dollar for dollar. There was movies in the top 20 in 2024, the top 20 movies in America that made like less than $20K in a weekend. And back then they would at least make like 400,000, 200,000, something like that. And you just see that massive drop off in that's health wise, right? And yes, you know, they didn't need as much money either. The budget was a lot smaller. I get it. But it was just like they cut out their nose to spite their face in every way, not just critically, commercially, creatively, right? Or just critically, creatively, as far as, you know, let's make it all woke. Let's do all this revisiting history, revising histories, retconning things, and shooting John Connor 2 seconds into a movie and all that other shit. But, I mean, just financially, they have no physical media to sell. I can't even wonder, were these companies sabotaged into conglomeration? It looks like Warner, they have to sell. They're in a nightmare position. They're getting sued by their investors. They're a nightmare. We know what a mess Disney is. I know Sony had already done a deal with Netflix. You have Amazon. You have the infinite world of investment firms. You have other companies like Disney themselves. A lot of this stuff, we're going to see a major, as far as corporate entertainment industry, a lot of consolidation is about to come down. Depending on what antitrust allows, Trump's in office, that can impact things. I don't know what the antitrust situation is going to be like, but a lot of antitrust sus stuff happened when he was in office last time. So that didn't, you know, a lot of stuff that probably shouldn't have happened antitrust-wise. When I mean, talking about antitrust monopoly laws, and the like happened under his watch last time. What's Mickey 17? I'm looking at sci-fi comedy. Like it's coming out next year. Comes out next year. I hadn't heard of it. What is this? Huh. Looks somewhat interesting. Yep, you did mention this before, Fizz. So keep in mind, Netflix only makes money off of an investment. It's designed to kill cable and Blockbuster, but not be sustainable on its own. Yeah, we can check the trailer out. Let me just finish this point. I feel like there's a lot of poison pills like that amongst the entertainment industry, where they're just designed to kill off the convention. Spotify, for instance. I think Spotify was the same thing. It's not designed to be sustainable on its own. It's just designed to kill off the industry as it's known. Kill off physical media, kill off all this other stuff. Looks like it's coming out April next year. And we'll check out the trailer in a second. And you know, another thing, Live Nation, I mean, goodness, they're killing out the venues, Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Well, that I think is still for profit because they monopolize everything, but they're hurting a lot of venues. They're putting a hurting on a lot of venues because of their janky ass predatory practices. But yeah, I think Spotify is the same thing as Netflix, where we don't care about it being sustainable. We only care about killing off the convention, killing off what was. So let's find the Mickey 17 trailer. We'll give that a spin because I know nothing of it. Hopefully they let us get the trailer in. They should. 23rd birthday is around that time. Happy early birthday.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
And let's check this trailer out.
Hi, Mickey. Are you experiencing any vertigo?
I
Guess I am feeling a little dizzy.
Oh, wow! Did you see that?
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking at this point, what have I done?
How lucky can one guy be?
Nothing was working out, and I wanted to get off of Earth.
You're applying to be an expendable?
Yeah.
You read through the whole application.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
I should have read through it.
Once you die, we'll print a new version of your body.
My head keeps
They made me work my ass off on one mission after another.
Every time you die, we learn something new, and humanity moves forward.
Oh, wait. He's alive. It's fine.
my life is gonna be beautiful.
Vicky, it's not looking very good for you.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure you're used to it by now, but what's it feel like to die?
Even on my 17th go-around, I hate dying.
Why aren't you dead? Multiples.
Shining up to spread.
In the case of multiples,
It's just like,
we exterminate every individual.
tell me quick.
Let's blow up these secondhand baloney boys.
Why don't you guys do rock, paper, scissors, and then we'll just shoot the loser?
Tell me quick. Oh, another kick. Tell me quick. Another kick in the head.
I don't like you, but I'm you. I'm not you. I'm gonna kill you.
Tell me quick. Another kick.
This is so exciting!
418. I don't know. I don't know if that's my vibe. I don't know if that's my vibe. It's interesting. I'll give Hollywood this, and yeah, we might get in some trouble. We might even be off the air. Sorry if we are off the air. We got a little copyright claim trouble. I give Hollywood something for, here's an original property. I mean, it looks like it's based off a novel, but you know what I mean? An original new property. It's an interesting idea. I don't know. I'm still here? Okay, cool. Hey, Brandon Hollum, came back at odd time. Yeah, we're looking at this Mickey 17. I'm not, wasn't aware of it. A few people in the chat. Fizz, Chozo, Zax also said something about it. So I'm like, I'll check it out. If you kill your clone, a homicide or suicide. It looks kind of looks interesting. Post, or pre-apocalyptic. I don't know what you want to call it. Just looking into a maybe dystopian-esque future. Similar to Idiocracy. I don't know. Interesting that Batman is the lead. Apparently there's issues with Batman 2. I don't know if that's even going to come out. Destruction of company property. The song might get me if nothing else. That's probably why I'm getting claimed. So yeah, if you didn't watch this live, it's going to be chopped up when you watch the playback. Lil Nicky and Inglourious Bastards today. So vandalism. I know that's what they say about you're in the military. Technically, we're all, if you believe the conspiracy theories, we're all a property of the United States government. And our social security number is our bond number, allegedly. I don't even know if that's alleged. That might even be the case. Yeah, Robert Pattinson would have been better as a Robin or a Nightwing than a Batman. But he's Batman. He's incel Batman, so we're going to have to deal with it. That's another movie I need to do a review on. I'm going to do some more reviews. You taking a shit as a conspiracy theory these days? Sheesh. Well, shit, Will Chamberlain's become a conspiracy theory. Who knows? But it looks like there's, speaking of conspiracy theories, or at least theories, there was a rumor about Batman 2 already being canceled. What's his name is shot down those rumors. The asshole they got running everything, who I don't like. James Gunn. He shot down those rumors. Yeah, Catwoman was a lesbian until she found out he had money. Ain't that how it go? Not your Batman. Listen, the last Batman I really like, all things considered, was Christian Bale. Batfleck I tolerated because of the production. I thought it was one of the better produced Batman. When I mean like his costume, the stunt work, the way that Batman moved and reacted from a combat standpoint was incredible. But there were other issues with that depiction, including Affleck himself, who didn't, when he played Bruce Wayne, he was just Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? I get there's some people have issues with a bad voice, and they made it into a joke years later with Christian Bale. But I blame that fucking limey. I still love his work, but fucking Nolan. I don't know what his issues with sound is. He did the screaming bass. His voice so shitty. And then he did the same with that whole fucking movie, Tenet. I don't know what it is with him and sound and voices. He just likes fucking them up. I don't know. Because as a director, once you hear your guy saying this the whole fucking movie, you're supposed to stand in and say, hey, could you tone it down a little bit? It's a little unintelligible. Blase split. Nope. Not only did he do it all the fucking movie with the Joker, Dark Knight, they let the fucker get even worse by Dark Knight Rises. He was the best, actually, with Batman Begins. You listen to the Bat voice there, it's just a little more quieter. It's a little more Solid Snake than gruff psychopath. You know what I mean? So I don't know what happened with that Bat voice, but all that aside, I fought with Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale, Michael Keaton. As far as live action Batman, all respect to Adam West. I like the live action, the cartoony Bam Pow Biff. I have that box set. It is actually still a fun watch. That's probably something else we could do reviews on. Maybe season by season of the original Batman series. It's obviously a lot of camp and kitsch and whatever, but it's still a fun watch. But for a serious Batman, Michael Keaton and Christian Bale are the two that I go to. No disrespect to my man who I think did an underrated job, Val Kilmer. George Clooney, he'd probably be the worst. Robert Pattinson I don't think was horrible. Still don't necessarily think he's the best pick, but I don't think he's as bad as maybe you guys do. Notice Tenet backwards is Tenet. I see. I still have not seen that movie. You said in order for you like you think of it as a non-Batman movie. Yeah, I think Robert. He takes the George Clooney. I'll take Robert Pattinson over Clooney. Clooney just phoned it in. When I said Ben Affleck was playing Ben Affleck. George Clooney was playing a gay George Clooney, which may be who George Clooney really is, but boy, did he phone that in. Boy, was he bad. And boy, did they not help him with the bat nipples, the bat credit card. I mean, that was a mess. I love that movie for being a mess. I love that movie ironically, but God, that was a piece of shit. Batman was Batman and Robin. Clooney on the Diddy list. Man, it's a lot of it's funny, the Diddy and Epstein list don't look too dissimilar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean. So yeah. It's fun. Isn't that funny? Because a lot of people on that Diddy list. A lot of people you wouldn't think. And I know they're going to try to, well, he had parties that it wasn't all baby oil and hallucinogens. Okay, whatever. Yeah, Bane was retarded despite being a genius in the comics. But you do have What Killed the Dinosaurs, Batman, The Ice Age. I do kind of like some of the visuals in that movie too. Like Mr. Freeze's costume. It's just so over the top 90s. Batman and Robin is unwatchably bad, but it's also, I have a soft spot for that movie. Yeah, he got to tilt his head. Once that's been, I don't know who told me that, but you can't unsee it. Once you realize all George Clooney does is tilt his head, You fucking can't unsee. Yeah, Jim Carrey wasn't. But you know something? Hot take. And listen, Paul Dano probably did a better acting performance playing the character of the Riddler. But the character as written, I like Jim Carrey's version better than Paul Dano's version for being the Riddler. They didn't write the Riddler. They wrote the incel. Like, the incel on the internet. He's literally a fucking Discord mod. I mean, not a Discord mod, but whatever the fuck little chat they came up with. That's the Riddler? That's not the fucking Riddler. You know, maybe he's, I don't know what that was. Exactly, yeah, Fizz. Jim Carrey was closer to the Riddler than Paul Dano. It's not Jim Carrey or Paul Dano's fault. That I would blame Matt Reeves for that. That's all, because he the one who wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if Matt Reeves wrote it, but he directed. He put the shit on screen. He could have changed the costuming and the plotting of the movie if he wanted to. So the character wasn't the Riddler. At least, you know, Jim Carrey had riddles, over the top costumes. I get wanting to have an understated costume, but you can't just put a motherfucker in a dark green poncho and call him the fucking Riddler. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that was prime Alicia Silverstone too. Yeah, he was a little bit more like Hush. And I know they've already did that fucking Hush cartoon where they made him the Riddler. That's stupid. They would have been better off doing Hush. That would have been colder if they would have started it off with Hush instead of having a Riddler. Yeah, Jigsaw is another character. He's more like a gimp suit. I don't know what they were doing with this costume. That was not good. Bad Times at El Royale. I've never seen that, Brandon Holland. Tommy Lee is cool when he's over the top. I actually like Batman Forever. I like Batman Forever. And actually, like I said, Val Kilmer is underrated. Now, they don't give him the best work either. It's Cardio Day, Batman, let's go. I don't know why they make Bane dumb. Why don't they just use Killer Croc instead? It's a good point. If they need a big, dumb muscle baddie, that's the Diddler. Yeah. New Riddler does seem more like Hush the Hustler or Jigsaw or anything else. Frank Gorshin, like I said, I got a soft spot for the old school too. The 80s, the 60s Batman. I like Batman 66 through 69. Was it 60? It was 60, 68, 69, something like that. I don't know if they had 3 seasons, but they put in a couple hundred or like 100 plus episodes. And that was weird too. No bat nipples for Batgirl. Why did they give them nipples? What fucking predictive gay program were they trying to put on us? They have Uma Thurman. Poison Ivy lures you in with a blue chew. She was pretty for the era. Yeah, we all have a Shire now. Yeah, she's hit the wall. Killer Croc is actually, he's actually unintelligent. I don't know why they did that for Bane. Schumacher was gay. Well, that's probably for sure. 48. Nah, bro. That's 10 years. No, I can't do nobody 48. I saw an old head. He was in his 60s. He said, I'd never date a girl over 40 or over. Never. What's the point? And I kind of want to hold to that. Now, I'll say 45 and older. I'll give a girl 5 years. Cause I ain't. Oh, he was openly gay. I didn't know that about Schumacher. Well, there. You know what? That explains a lot. Why the nipples? It's a riddle. Riddle me this, Batman. Why do you have bat nipples? See, I didn't know that. Well, that explains it. Cause then there was weird shots of Batman's ass. Wild work. Diddle me this. Diddle me this, Batman. But shit, the entertainment industry ain't even doing that good. You know, as much as these movies were mid to bad, entertainment industry can't even do that shit again, bro. And that's kind of sad. You know, it's kind of sad. Like, it's not sad to see these companies get what the fuck they deserve and get these mass layoffs and fuck up. But it's sad to see these mediums takes so much damage. The medium of film, the medium of video games, the medium of music, and those particular three, in general. But it just seeing them take so much damage because of the ineptitude of all these corporations. Is there a Superman trailer already? Because I'm seeing people, I just, looking, and like I was watching some DC news. Like I said, Batman 2 might not happen. I initially had heard, there is a teaser. Is this real? It doesn't have that many views, so I don't think it's real. Maybe this is a fake teaser. I don't think these are real trailers. Okay, never mind. But what was I finna say? I don't know what's going on with Batman 2. They apparently don't have a script. It's been 2.5 years since the first movie. The Penguin just premiered and went through its first season to a lot of acclaim. They really should have the next movie ready. They don't even have a script yet. I thought they had the filming set up. I don't even know if they have a release date. What's going on with this fucking movie? It's been 2 years. You had plenty of time. So, I mean, you say you don't hope it doesn't happen. Cotton's done with new movies. Rumble doesn't have creators on there, just political content, no escape. Especially superhero movies. I kind of feel you. I'm done. I saw that Thunderbolts. That looks like a nightmare. Same with Captain America. Same with Kraven. You know what I mean? A lot of these movies do not look interesting. So I get you on that. But again, going back to the medium thing, I don't want superhero movies to die out. I just want them to get better. It might be time to take a break. It may be time to take a break and wait till you have something really worth watching and worth filming. I'm cool with that, but I don't want them to die out completely. But I get you. At this moment, man, I'm cool with Deadpool. If Deadpool and Wolverine's the last superhero movie I will ever watch, I'll be cool with that because I'm sick of it. I'm getting sick of the bullshit. A lot of people think Penguin should be the main antagonist in the Matt Reeves sequel, then they won't be able to put some weird message if they do that. I'm okay with him having multiple antagonists. I mean, I heard of Mr. Freeze and a winter theme. I'm like, I'd be down for that. And Penguin's a type of villain. He can still be a villain in that world. You know what I'm saying? I did see the Silver Surfer was going to be a girl, and I'm pretty salty about that. You said 90-pound gay Superman protesting climate change, right? Hey, Bone, happy Thanksgiving. It is brain rot. We're doing what we've probably done the past few Thanksgiving, complain about the entertainment industry. More things change, more things stay the same. Oh, fuck. Matt Reeves, fuck you. God damn it. I would like it. Here's my. I can't even fucking talk. I am a diehard Batman fan. The whole fucking be a vigilante wins and this shit is inspired by being a fan of Batman. As much as I love the Nolan movies, I just said earlier, Christian Bale, for better or worse, even with the voice, is still one of my favorite Batman to be on film. Him and Keaton. Batman is a fictional character. He cannot exist in a real world. He is not a real character. Yes, he is a human, but he's not really a human. He's kind of a superhuman in that he can do things that he's both physically the best and psychologically the best human ever. So it's like he's at near superhuman levels of being able to execute, and he has super villains like Mr. Freeze, like Comic Bane. Even the Nolan Bane wasn't Comic Bane, where, you know, on Venom he can kill someone, he can rip someone in half, he can obviously break Batman's spine. Matt Reeves is the director of The Batman, the sparkly boy Batman that we just got in 2022 with Robert Pattinson. And listen, if they're gonna kill the series, that's fine with me too. They already had Joker in a cameo, which I don't know, Barry Keoghan or whatever is supposed to be the Joker. Maybe he was planned to be the villain. But I'm sick of this idea. We have to ground them in reality. We can't use any of the fantastic villains. Or if we do, we got to kind of ground them in reality. Fuck that. Nolan brought that shit, and it was cool for the Nolan verse. But and it just seems like he just wants to paint over. I think having, in this universe, having a threat like Mr. Freeze would actually make it worth watching. Especially if you do a serious Mr. Freeze. Like, this motherfucker's emo for no fucking reason. You know who's got a reason to be fucking pissed off and sad and morose and depressed? Victor fucking Freeze. Having his story on film and that's why you can work if, let's say, you're having Freeze's origin story happen in the background while he's dealing with the Penguin, who you just put over with this series. And now he's dealing with the Penguin as the new lead of the fucking underworld, or dealing with that shit, which I still need to finish. I'm just assuming that's where he ends up. And then you have this supernatural threat. Now we see what being Batman is. It's expanding. It's not just dealing with the mob and some incel on the internet. It's like, no, I'm dealing with a real motherfucker that can cause death instantly, freezing motherfuckers to death. And now we got it's just a lot of cold shit you can do with that. But he's too unrealistic. The whole fucking thing is unrealistic, you dickhead. You know what's unrealistic? Having a motherfucker point blank range, 12 gauge shotgun someone in the chest. But you still did it in the first movie. You piece of shit. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. You said just make him Captain Cold. No, keep the original Victor Freeze, or at least the BTAS telling is the best telling. Yeah, Nolan Bay was on painkillers. He wasn't on performance enhancers. He was on painkillers. Give me a PED, and not just normal PED, like something where his body gets larger instantaneously. Like, he has superhuman strength. Superhuman, like smash car type strength. So Batman has a threat that's beyond a human. That's what makes him cool. That he has to use his gadgets and use technology, use everything he can to get over something like that. Like the car, but the movie sucked. Yeah, I gotta do a review of that movie. That absolutely sucked. Yeah, no, I guess no Solomon Grundy. None of these interesting characters. Said no Gentleman Ghost because he's too unrealistic as a Hawkman villain. But, you know, they cross over villains sometimes. So they're going to have this emo goth man fight Polka Dot Man and Crazy Quilt, maybe. Because those are all the realistic villains. I don't know who he's going to fight. Clayface, the one without powers. No. They want realistic Mr. Missy Plick. Nah, they can't do that. A standalone that would be cool. A standalone Legion of Doom win. They win and everyone dies. That would be kind of cold. Yeah, Condiment King, baby. This chat. Well, we're semi-monetized. Wait, Don, you can throw a super chat. You can join this channel if you want. You're able to join, and you will get videos when they get done before everyone else. And if we got enough members, I'll do a member stream. But yeah, you can join this video. You can join this channel, and you can send super chats. I don't get monetized from everything, though. Oh, you can. I appreciate that. You can still send super chats the old way through Stream Elements, as well. But man, I appreciate that. Anything helps. I appreciate you being here, man. We're just, the more things change, the more things stay the same. We're complaining about the entertainment industry. In particular, I'm complaining about Batman and just the DC universe. Now that's different because it's not Disney, and that because I still think a lot of the Phantom Menace is paid off by the powers that be to fuck with Disney. I think they were actually paid off by Warner. I still do. I think Warner and then even Paramount's put some money in their pockets. But I don't know. I think I could also be full of shit. Everything I say is alleged. Don't sue me like Drake. But yeah, I'm just complaining about fucking Batman. The indoctrination industry, hashtag be better. They used to still entertain, man. I get it. There's a lot of indoctrination. There's a lot of predictive programming. There's a lot of, they push a lot of bullshit themes. They've been doing that for a while to even get here. I get it. But man, I like seeing a good movie. Hell, I like seeing Gladiator. That was not a perfect movie. And yes, I hate that my scale of acceptance had to adjust to like a movie. I want movies to just be fucking good. Maybe Zaz, but like, yeah, I agree. Zaz isn't good enough for an entire film. Some realistic villains have been the main antagonists like Zaz. Yeah, I don't know if Zaz is good enough for a film. You could do a depiction of Zaz. You'd have to change things. I mean, you maybe could do... You can give him multiple threats. And maybe... but I don't know what the goals is. Let's say... but see, I don't know. The Matt Reeves verse, it may get killed off. And some people will be upset. I won't be one of them. I'm willing to let it continue. I'm willing to watch another one. But I did not like the first one. I still got to do a movie. I got to hurry up and make sure I do that before. Maybe, who knows? Maybe by the time I get it done, they will officially kill it off and I'll get some steam going that way. But either take a fucking break with Batman or do him fucking right. That's what I got to say. If you want to just stop doing it, if you want to kill Batman 2 and start the fuck over and take a break when you got something good, cool. I kind of feel like similar to Zack Snyder, I don't actually think James Gunn is going to finish his universe. I think he's going to get fired before then because I don't have high hopes for his universe. I think the company's already going through a lot of shit. They're trying to sell. They got a lot of money issues. And I think he's going to fuck it up. And he's not even going to be able to finish his universe anyway. So you're going to have to reboot all this shit over again anyway. Once this musical chairs of ownership of the past 10 years fucking finally stops. So we'll see. We'll see. Say Brian Passer versus Killer Moth. I honestly can't get away from it. Even go back and watch old stuff you enjoyed in the past. Can't turn off that part of your brain that picks this shit apart. Yeah. Robert or the Pied Piper versus the Pied Piper. I mean, R. Kelly, since the other Pied Piper is unrealistic. You know, I haven't turned that part of my brain off completely. Let's take Gladiator. I'm able to notice all the flaws, but I have like kind of walled that part of my brain off, right? So I notice all the flaws, but I'm still able to like things despite their flaws. But that took a while to get to that point. I get what you mean. Talking about a villain that had boots? I don't know. I remember those jumping boots from the original Super Mario Brothers. Hollywood is allergic to money. They know what works, refuse to do it. Make a Batman show that's about Batman's license to print money. You know what? I think Batman might do better with a TV show than a movie. And maybe, I felt that way since Batman animated series. It's like, hey, if you made a weekly Batman series that was well done to the standard of, okay, I'm going to use, even though I didn't watch this series, I'm using this series name and I'm talking about the best of it. Obviously, it ended with coffee cups and a lot of controversy. Of course, I'm talking about Game of Thrones. Didn't watch the series, but when you look at how that series was taken, like I had coworkers that would talk about the shit every week. It was something like an important series for a lot of people for a lot of years. I think you can have a Batman or a Sons of Anarchy. I'm thinking of other series, The Walking Dead, where these series take on a life of their own, fan-wise, and millions and millions of people want to see next week. You can do that with the Batman property if done well. they'll never do it. It'll never happen. It'll never occur because DC has always been allergic to money. They've always made good material on accident. I have no idea why they never adapted all this shit with the DC universe. And you had all these great animated movies, an entire animated universe you could have adapted, and they never did. They are extra allergic to money, even in this Hollywood industry. And we talked about earlier, Fizz mentioned Netflix was designed to kill cable and kill Blockbuster and kill the Hollywood industry. Spotify, I think, is designed do the same thing. And even in the industry that's killed all this physical media, killed all the revenue streams, killed everything you possibly could. Something about Warner Brothers, they're even worse than the Standard. Even worse than the Standard, man. Let's see. Michael Jordan. I'm done with Batman. Watch something else. Like I said, I am a Batman stan. I want something well done, but I'd rather have nothing than something garbage. I do remember he said he was doing another Batman for his universe. Same series as the Quilt Guy. The new Superman, the dog idea? What's going on? The new Superman has Crypto, shout out to Crypto. But is he going to be in the new Superman movie? I don't know what's going on with that. Hugo Strange could work as an antagonist with the mass audience care if done well. And yeah, Arkham fans exist. Arkham was big enough. I think Batman has a pretty big, massive audience between all the different depictions. The Brave and the Bro, oh yeah. They did have like some of the obscure villains in there. I can't remember. That'd be something to rewatch. I like The Brave and the Bold. It's pretty good. I get it. I'm desperate for escapism, but I can't find it. So I'm not knocking it. If you can get something from all of Do It, which I still could, I feel you. I can't get it from all of it, though. Escapism is hard to find. The reason live action show about Batman won't be made because DC sees TV as a waste for Batman. Well, they do or they don't. They keep doing all these affiliated, even the Penguins, an affiliated series. They had Gotham back in the day. They even tried a little bit with Birds of Prey, a generation before that. There was supposed to be a similar Gotham PD property that never got developed. So they have this interest in bringing Batman elements to TV, and they'll do it with Superman. They did Superman and Lois. They obviously did Smallville, and then before that, Lois and Clark. So they've done it multiple times with Superman. Of course, they did it with Batman in the '60s, but I don't. You're right, but I'm like, I don't know. Black Mask could work. Black Mask, but it seems like they should have at least, mentioned Sionis in some of the stuff. Maybe they have. Maybe they've mentioned it in passing. I haven't noticed. DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, they all suffer the same problem. Beyond wokeness. You take the material you have, you put it on screen. It's that easy. They just won't do it. Yeah. Yeah, beyond wokeness is this real, like... And you know what some of it is? Some of it, the answer to your questions are always money. I kind of reference the red C3PO arm. A lot of these creators have contracts, and a lot of that, post Star Wars. A lot of people are interested in things like merchandising and things like that. And a lot of times, another example of this is the Netflix stuff with Daredevil and Punisher, where they have to change it. There has to be like a certain amount of percentage different. That's why they had Daredevil and She-Hulk, and they put the yellow suit on them. They have to slightly change it from the Netflix version because that version entitles some royalties to the creators of that show. So what I'm saying is, a lot of the reason things are different is so whatever creative group can get a piece of that version of the property. They'll usually have that in their contract. So on top of wokeness, on top of all this other shit, you got that, well, let me change it so now C3PO has a red arm, so when we sell the red arm version of toys, I get a piece of it. So let's change this stuff so when we make a video game or a T-shirt or an action figure of this depiction, I get a piece of it, and it's that little bit different. Let's give Batman a little collar, so now when you sell that version, me, Matt Reeves, and whoever else is entitled to a royalty, whether it's past whoever, I get a piece of it. So that's part of why they don't just take source material A and put it on screen. That's part of why they don't just storyboard the DCAU and put it on screen. It's because once they change it, those individual creators often, depending if it's contracted in, it's not always, but a lot of times, especially when you see these big name guys, you know, James Gunn's going to get a piece of whatever this version of Superman when it comes to merchandising. So when he makes these changes, that's why. So that's a part of this. That's a hidden can of worms that's been a part of why a lot of these properties have been changed on top of wokeness, is that sort of loopholes, that sort of contractual agreement that's become pretty common. Plastic Man show, that'd be interesting. Plastic Man's a hell of a, he's an interesting character. So Crypto is confirmed for James Gunn's Superman. Oh well. If they're gonna do a Batman movies adapted Nightfall, that would be interesting. Shout out to we mentioned Bane, but shout out to Azrael. A weekly series with shitty writers. It would be a dumpster fighter. I wouldn't want it with shitty writers. And you know, I obviously mention the infamous Game of Thrones, but I mean, we had a lot of series. If you had the motherfuckers who were writing Breaking Bad or something like that, and they really gave a fuck to write an interesting series, it would be dope. More realistic villain for Batman and James Gunn. You're unfortunately right, Tom Jensen. I understand some of the people like Smallville, that long-running series almost killed Superman, who was a clearless deer in the headlights mill. The women in Smallville were telling Superman everything. I mean, Smallville was a proto-CW show with a bigger audience. I think it was on even, was it on the WB network? Did it even hit the CW at one point? Maybe it didn't. But it captured that audience of that generation, the young adult female-oriented audience. I mean, and shout out to Smallville. You know, they have a very rabid online after series fan base, and you know that's good for them. They really like that property, and they can do podcasts and the actors. You know, that's something. If you go to a con, you will see somebody from Smallville. They got a nice fan base. They got a solid fan base of that property. I didn't really get into it because I just didn't. It wasn't. I wanted to see Superman at the peak of his powers. I didn't want to see him as a kid. It did, you know, not that I've never seen any of it. It was like, well, why is Lex Luthor in Smallville? I don't know. DC also won't make movies based on smaller solo DC comics. Well, I mean, they did Blue Beetle. But you're right, we didn't get a Green Arrow or a Flash. We had the Green Arrow series, which first couple seasons was solid. And Flash series, which also first couple seasons was solid. The solo movie was a dumpster fire, though the Batman scenes with Keaton were pretty good. Almost good enough to save the movie. Almost don't count, though. People justifying their jobs, Hollywood bloat, that's another, you know, that's part of what I'm saying, but it's another thing, too. People had to change things, justify the fact they're on set or in the writer's room so they can get paid. Yeah, that's long and short of it. You want a Plastic Man show? Says Richard. Tree Rock hates Smallville. Every time a woman opened her mouth for Smallville, it was this plain something. Superman was dumb as a rock. Other half is Hollywood accounting. Oh, yeah. They're doing all sorts of accounting to that's why even movies that are successful are written off as bombs. Like that fucking Freddie Mercury movie they made a few years ago. That's another reason why they do all these fucking biopics. Movies like that, and the NWA movie made a ton of money for no budget, but then they somehow wrote it off as a loss so they can avoid paying writers and actors. And because, you know, as much as I just talked about that royalty, Hollywood, they're going to do everything they can to make sure they don't have to pay such royalty. They will finagle the numbers so that they will, you know, that accounting shit. Whatever happened to that girl who filed the accounting issue with Disney? Is she alive? Did something happen to her? Because she disappeared from the whole of the earth. Oh, yeah, Allison Mack is a big part of Smallville. And that old Nexium shit. Smallville was on CW. Okay. Yeah, it started off before. It started off on WB, but it moved to the must have moved to the CW when they became the CW. Smallville was stupid. Back to the CW, or was it CW was both UPN and WB. They came together to become the CW. It's I don't know if it still is, but it was a venture between Warner and Paramount, because Paramount had UPN, the United Paramount Network, and Warner had the Warner Brothers Network. They had a venture called CW. I don't think it's it was 50-50 Paramount Warner. I don't think it is currently. And someone will have to look up what it is. They may not even be owned by either company by now. I'm not sure, but that's what happened. So they were on WB. And then CW, CW, like I said, was both networks that came together, and I don't know what happened after that. JLA movie with OG Green Lantern and Jay Garrick Flash. That would be cool. Arrow Show wasn't really Oliver Queen. Fair enough. There was a lot of Batman. They stole Ra's al Ghul. They did steal a lot of Batman elements. But I guess he wasn't appear like Batman because he was a, pun not intended, vigilante, and that he killed people. Realistic approach is actually easier with Green Arrow because only 2 of his villains have powers. Fair enough. The Accounting Girl became the next Batman villain and more realistic. Robert Pattinson versus Tiffany Stratton. No Tiffy time. Sheesh. Oh man, I'm at the end of the comics. I know it. But yeah, man. Whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna fuck it up. I mean, we can come up with shit. That's one thing I do know. Whatever going forward they're gonna do, they're gonna fuck up. They're gonna fuck up. Which is why I understand why people are sick of superhero properties. Marvel ain't got no good ideas. They bringing back RDJ for no reason, so he can be Doctor Doom. That'll be not good. They got a bunch of shitty movies in between that. Like, you want to see Red Hulk fight Captain America? Me neither. Or no, I'm sorry. You want to see Red Hulk fight Falcon? Me neither. You want to see all the rejects from the shit that you didn't watch since the pandemic? All in one series? Me neither. But that's the next 2 Marvel movies. Tree Rock. I miss him. Joker should make an insane clone of Batman, have Batman versus Batman. Sounds like something they would do. Big Hook Nose. Ask man. No, yeah, Nexium. You ever heard about the Nexium cult, Tree Rock? She is yeah, I've picked up on that as well. I think a lot of us have. It's cool. But yeah, Nexium, they were a cult, like a weird, crazy sex cult that she was involved with, and she's was a part of it. Typical Hollywood fashion. They're jumping on the hype train. RDJ, 5 years after he burnt all his goodwill. What did he do to burn his goodwill? No, Richard, we already know this. Oh, I already did, but her hook knows. Oh boy, I don't want to say anything about that in case she's a part of a certain group that I have no issue with and don't want any smoke from. What did he do to burn his goodwill? I don't know if did he say anything crazy? Or is he another? Listen, I get that a lot of people, when these weird Hollywood types get all political, they get their panties in a bunch. Why are you trying to show? Yeah, my the DMs is wild. I mean, you can show them. I don't care. But that's like, it's kind of gay. But I get, was it Robert De Niro said something? Oh, you don't like him because of Trump and shit. I don't know. But otherwise, cricket powder on Jimmy Kimmel. What's cricket powder? It sounds like the shit he used to be on. But I don't see. I don't be knowing this shit. Or like I said, I don't really care. I don't really care. Is cricket powder like something they try to feed people? Like, oh no, it's food. Oh no. Easy Bug and like it. So he's one of those fuckers. I didn't know that. Oh man, cricket flour. Oh man. I didn't know this shit, bro. I didn't know RDJ was an easy Bug. But see, that's why this is exactly my point. I didn't know this. So I don't think he really hurt his goodwill. I mean, now that I know that's fucked up, but I don't think he hurt his goodwill. I think sometimes, shit, even with the Gillette thing, right? The Gillette, Gillette killed their business. Now, they did open up a bunch of businesses because a lot of people did boycott Gillette, but they still exist. Same with Bud Light. These companies are big. So these companies can eat the quote-unquote wokeness fall or whatever. Some of these brands can do it. I don't think RDJ, listen, that RDJ Doom thing will be a disaster, but it won't be because of his cricket powder, even though I think that shit sucks and that's fucking demonic. They're trying to get us to eat the bugs and like it. But that's not going to be I don't think enough people know about it. And I'm not just saying that because I just don't know. I just think if I asked like my family members or the people I work with about it, I'm sure they wouldn't know. Some artists can still separate the art from the artist. Some of them I can't. RDJ's come running them. Before this conversation, I had no idea he was one of them. So, but hey, that's to each their own. Like I said, some people I can. I don't get so caught up with politics. So, like Robert De Niro shit, I could care less. Mark Hamill, I could care less. Oh, he doesn't like Trump. Who cares? It doesn't mean anything to me, right? But like, it depends. Like I said, R. Kelly, I can't hear it that your mind's telling your body's telling you yes when you like get a ring of 17-year-olds and younger. Like that the Chicago public school system basically enabled, if not helped with, which was absolutely crazy. Jimmy Cole, yeah, he did host a man show at one time, and that was dope. Adam Carolla didn't drink the Kool-Aid, or maybe he drank a different Kool-Aid. Or maybe he just chilled out. I don't know enough about Adam Carolla. I mean, I see him. He seems to be quote-unquote based for whatever the hell that's worth. I don't know. No, keep Robert Kelly in jail forever. But Wait Down, he's got to go. Peace out. Appreciate you being here. Miss days when you had no idea who these people really were. Yeah, I think Hollywood did work better when you didn't know who they were. I don't disagree with that, but I don't know everything about everybody, and I don't go look. I get that the woke and the anti-woke that's a thing. I get why people can get pissed at. A lot of people don't like Pedro Pascal. A lot of people don't like. They're leftists and they're this, that, and the third. I don't know. That shit doesn't really bother me. It can. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm above being bothered if they say something that's really crazy. But like, if they say something, even if they say something stupid, like, I'm gonna leave the country if Trump gets elected, and they don't do it. Okay, it's funny or whatever, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? I don't trust Trump. You know what I mean? I don't trust Trump. I don't like Trump. He's not my God. So not liking him is not this great sin. Now I will say this: that cricket powder shit, pushing that shit, that's fucked up. Now when you start pushing the Agenda 2030 shit, World Economic Forum shit, then I'm gonna be a little bit more upset. So actually, now knowing this shit, like I said, I didn't know before, and so I don't think most people do, and I don't think even most people you understand the implications of that cricket powder shit. The average normie, they don't know what the fuck's going on. So I don't really think it's hurt his brand long term, but I will say it's hurt his brand with me personally now knowing, now that I do know this shit, it's like, ugh, fuck you, dude. All the loudest anti-Trump celebrities had the same vacation spot. Is that in reference to a certain island? Or is that something else I don't know about? RJ loves money now, but he should know better than go full retard. See, I didn't know he was on that type of time. So, I mean, listen, I guess I shouldn't say it affects nothing. You know what I mean? Because, listen, a big segment of the audience is conservative. A big segment of the audience also keeps up with this shit, even if I don't. Yes, I could probably find a lot of normies who don't know this shit, but there's a decent amount that do. You know what I mean? If you guys know, knowing what I know about the conservatives, especially the diehard ones, they keep every fucking receipt that just as bad or whatever as the letter. They keep every receipt and they look for them if they don't have them. So I do know that. So it will impact something. It won't have no impact. I don't want to go that far just because I didn't know about it. Epstein, yeah, that's why that list looks like the same list, Epstein and Diddy list. And shit, going back to it, you know, I get maybe he's not an island boy, but sure there's a lot of pictures of Orange Man with both guys. And I mean, one of the big talking points I kept hearing about, how Trump's not racist. Oh, these rap guys, they used to always talk about how much they love Donald Trump. You know who was the biggest guy who would do that? Sean fucking Puffy Combs. So you guys can have it both ways. I would always hear that talking point. And listen, I'm not anti-Orange Man either, but, you know, I don't trust that motherfucker. And I got my reasons not to trust that motherfucker. And I don't think he's you know, the same guy who called his daughter hot, his own daughter hot. I don't think he's above the piece of weird shit either, as much as you guys may or may not. All these motherfuckers, the whole industry / politics, the whole thing, that's one big conglomerate villain to me. Like, I don't speak, maybe there's some that are less evil than others, and you know, that's one thing to be argued, and we might have something to it. One big demonic death cult, man. One big demonic group of Freemasons. James Gunn also signed off of an Indian Booster Gold movie. That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. I ain't trust anyone. No, I wouldn't vote for her neither, that cackling drunk bitch. I guess she's going away. I mean, are they going to try to run her again in 2028? There's no way, right? Especially, I heard some of the donors in the Democratic Party are looking at her like, what the fuck happened to the money? You ain't give it all to Megan Thee Stallion. Where's the money? We gave you $1.5 billion. She might get in some trouble over that, bro. Over this money shit, over this campaign. Shit, they keep talking about Trump being a felon. This bitch might end up a felon. What happened to they apparently $1.5 billion, and they don't got all the receipts for it, and they looking at her suspects. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that bitch either. This ain't exactly the Young Turks over here. You know what I'm saying? We not way on the left. R.I.P. BBL Punjabi Harris. Yo, where's the money, bitch? Where the fuck is the money? Apparently, I saw something with a Democrat. It was a Democratic donor, and he was pissed. He gave a lot of money. I don't mean like Democratic donor. I done gave like a few thousand, a few million. He one of the big money donors, like the 8-9 digit type donors. He was talking shit. I forgot his name. But he was on some like major platform, like major news. There was a clip I saw, but it was attributed to, was it MSNBC or something like that? Even though I know they might be they might be Elon or Elon BC or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, apparently the donors are looking into the money, and the books is funny. They cool with the books is funny if it ain't their money. You know what I mean? They was cool all the money you gave to BLM to bullshit, and the money went in separate ways. But when their money start getting fucked up, that's when heads roll. Shit. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe nothing comes of it. I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing. There are Democrats on Democrat violence wondering about the bad. Not gonna lie, do enjoy how frightened some of these self-righteous liberals are. So it can be funny. There's definitely some entertainment to be had when they get all crazy and indignant. But what is with everything being political? Like I said, Zeus is he's having his little issues, and hopefully he feels better. You know, thank you to people who were saying, wishing nice things for Zeus. But I did go today to the vet, and they got a little LGBTQ flag. Which, by the way, they probably need, because there's only one dude there, nothing but women. I'm like, man, there's no way a straight man. And, you know, he said the dude was nice. I mean, everybody there was nice enough, right? I'm not knocking anybody. You know, they got an LGBTQ flag. I don't mean shit. As long as they help my dog, which, man, it's kind of expensive. We'll see about that. But whatever. They gave me some medicine, so that helps, right? As long as they do that, I'm cool. But it's just weird that they had that flag. And then when I went few months ago to get a haircut. They had a Trump flag. Like, what is the need to, in a pet oriented space? What is the need to express your political views? Either way, I'm criticizing both the Trump flag and the LGBTQ flag. Why do you have either? I'm just getting my dog a haircut or getting my dog, having you check up on my dog to make sure he's not fucked up. Like, why? Who's going to go to the vet and say, oh, I didn't know where I was going to vote, but now that you have that Trump sticker, you know something? I think I'm going to vote for Trump. I had no idea, but I was just came here to get my dog a haircut, and now that I see a sticker, I think that's the deciding factor. It's such a left thing to do to take your dog to the vet. You definitely voted for Harris. No, but listen, the groomer has a Trump sticker. The vet had an LGBTQ little mini flag, and the groomer had a little, I don't know if it was a Trump little sticker or banner. So I don't know. If America is Yossi, Germany, how many Oh man, you know what? Speaking of my DMs, there is a message that I sent to Richard. I need to play the rest of y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. But if you think this border thing is anything other than an intentional work, you know what I mean. I got some bad news. Hold on, where the fuck is this? So I'm actually going to go into those DMs. And only God knows. Of course, it's Diddy stuff. Of course. Oh, cool. I ain't got to go that far. So hold on. Okay, now I got it. How can I get into this? Okay, I guess you guys don't really see any DM stuff. Okay, hold on. Let me get this. All right, I guess you guys can see this spot of my DMs. There's nothing too crazy. But just to... So sorry. Listen.
DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
So you're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
So you're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
So,
okay, I had to let that loop. If you think this immigration shit is anything other than intentional country sabotage, explain that sentence. Explain the two questions that Dr. Phil of all people asked and got the answers he got for him. There's a reason. Wasn't it Venezuelan gangs that were just taking over apartment complexes? This is not. Oh, man. And they always try to hit you with the bleeding heart shit. And listen, my heart bleeds for some of these people in some of these situations, genuinely. But that's not what happened. This is not, oh man, this poor family that's just looking for, that just trying to get to America to get to a better place. Are there people like that crossing the border? I'm sure. JBL used to kick them in the face back in the 2000s. I'm sure there's motherfuckers going like that. But a lot of this shit, I played that video talking about the Venezuelan government letting out their inmates to come to the U.S. I played another video a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about the Chinese government paying motherfuckers to get here. This is intentional stuff. I mean, if you think our government, again, is anything other than intentionally complicit with this shit, you're a fool. They don't want to do anything about this. This is not some people trying to get a better life for America and the American dream. No. This is multiple governments across the world, from Venezuela to China to other governments, intentionally sending people here to sabotage the country. That is not a theory. That is not some shit I'm pulling out of my ass. That's not some weird Discord, incel bush. What's the shit? 4chan shit. That's literal shit. That's shit that we can quantify, man. This is, and then they'll say, oh, no, but it's some poor single mother. No, I'm sure it may be, but it's a lot of gangs. Like I said, they see the Chinese nationals here through the border as well. They got a whole path doing that. If there's ever a Fantastic Four movie, which we talked about, they are working on one with a female Silver Surfer. How they going to get a better life in America? It's better than jail. They were better to be in a Venezuelan jail. They're literally, so that means these could be rapists, murderers, anything. They're literally sending their worst. You know what I mean? They're sending the worst citizens intentionally. And I'm sure it's not just Venezuela. It's other countries. They're like, oh shit, we can empty out our jails in America. Shit. Dump our trash there. No problem. Don't give a fuck what they think. You think you're just replacing white people? They replacing us all. No, they just try to sabotage the country. I mean, see what they did to the UK. They picked the side. We lost. They picked the East. Now China's also sabotaging itself and falling apart. And then they picked. Listen, the plan was always, Georgia Guidestone shit, 500 million people and one world government and all this other bullshit. That was always the plan. So they got to destabilize the West. They got to get the West to eat itself. And here we are. If you didn't make a decent living in your country, what makes you think in the U.S.? No, that's a dream. I remember actual immigrants would fucking complain, like, want to go back home. Like, people think the West is so easy and everything is so cool. They have no idea how fucking hard it is here. I remember one gas station I used to go to in Charlotte. Talk to the gas station guy. He's like, they have no fucking idea how hard it is back home. And so he wanted to go back home. You know what I'm saying? But shit, if you sending your criminals, if you're sending motherfuckers, they're literally sending motherfuckers on purpose. They're not just sending normal humans who are just, oh man, I'm struggling in Venezuela, I'm struggling here, I'm struggling in Ecuador. I want to just, maybe if I can go there, do some construction, drive for Uber, I'll be doing better in Texas than I am in Ecuador. No. That's not the motherfucker they sending. They saying, you know what? Let's get in our jails. Let's get all these motherfuckers out of our jails and ship them to America. China doing the same. Let's put some sleeper cells in America. The Chinese nationals, let me see if I can still find that video. They didn't look as, I don't think they were necessarily like criminals and shit, but they still, who knows the fuck they gonna end up being getting into. And the fact that the Chinese government was funding they shit, it's like, what would make y'all fund this shit for? You know what I'm saying? You ain't funding this shit for it to not be fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
White passport sister finds love in Jamaica.
Hold on, no way.
White passport.
No. How do I get through this video? Jeez. It's gonna take forever. I'll see if I can find this video. When we're talking about China. If I can still find it. Man, maybe I can't find it. I don't think I can find it. Since some videos are hitting. Oh, well. I don't think I can find it. But it was a video explaining how they got Chinese nationals through the southern border into the U.S. So, different governments, including our own, are trying to sabotage the entire country. You're not hallucinating. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's confirmable. It's confirmable. Nothing like paying a legal alien murderer to stay in an NYC hotel with tax dollars while homeless American veterans sleep in the cold night. Just another day for the powers that be. Criminals here don't like that. Oh, no, the criminals here, now they're going to have to deal with some real smoke. Those gangs and cartels, they don't play around. Now they got to deal with some real smoke. Shit, the criminals here might become vigilantes. Shit. Back in NYC, I was sick of waiting behind the line of a bus of a Mexican chick with 8 kids. Sheesh. Yeah, the criminals here, I that's something I didn't even think about. What are they going to be dealing with these gangs, these cartels? From Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, other places. They're going to get a lot more smoke than they used to. And that's the real reason. That's the real reason they want to come here. They can take over. That's why they went to, Colorado. And I think they did in Chicago too. Just took over whole complexes. Just locked them bitches all the way down. Shit, the goddamn cartels became the government in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And the fucking citizens don't even trust the real government as much as they trust the cartels in some places. And maybe I don't know if it's the whole country. That's why I added the in some places, but I know it's a thing. This is why we focus on entertainment. We want to escape this shit. We can't even. That's what sucks. We can't even escape this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it sucks that you got all this shit going on, political strife, country falling apart, economic issues. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna turn to something to escape it. I'm gonna turn to the fucking NBA, and then you see that motherfucker cocksucker Rudy Gobert still got a job. Okay, this is fake. I'm gonna turn to fucking football. And I think football is cool, but a lot of people are sick of football. They piss a lot of people off with the politics. And even who they didn't piss off, they piss off with the fucking refs and the way this shit is booked. And then you see idiots like fucking Matt Eberflus. Again, this is against the team I root for and rooting for my life. But he's so bad of a coach. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't know how to call a fucking timeout? I'm glad to win the game. Thank you for rigging the shit for my team for once. But yeah, the shit looks rigged. When people see it, so you can't skate with sports. Okay, I won't skate with sports. If you want to watch baseball, you can watch this gambling motherfucker knock home runs out and be the best player in baseball history, while Pete Rose died not getting in the Hall of Fame gambling. For some reason, it's just different. Stop Asian hate. And it's okay, fuck sports. Let me turn on a TV show. And then you get a bunch of fucking bullshit. Maybe I want to buy a Jaguar. Nope. That's gay. Just like, God damn it. Can I do any fucking thing? That's why I play retro games and talk to you motherfuckers. What is there to do? What is there to do? There's some good, shout out to the extended Alchemist universe in hip hop. Since your dildo's not here. But there's some good music independent if you can find it. If you like that sort of thing, not everybody's into that shit. You know what I mean? Shit. If you look at the mainstream music, you're fucked. You might not want to hear Taylor Swift complain about her ex. Or Sabrina Carpenter do whatever. I don't even know what this hoe does. Or hear a bunch of rappers in all tune tell you how much they like Percocet. I like pills and Percocet. I like that. I like that part of that song. I don't really like that song. I just like that one segment. So there's there's a bunch of bullshit in society, and there's no way to escape it because there's no escapism of worth a damn unless you play retro. I like playing retro games. You want a new game? Here's fucking gay Overwatch clone called, what the fuck was that shit called? Concord. Here you go. In fucking joy. She talks about BBC. I don't know I just know that she exists. I never heard one of her songs. There's a ridiculously bad PSA comic made in Canada about an alcoholic superhero called Captain Alcohol whose drinking making his life terrible. That sounds interesting. It sounds hilarious. Well, interesting. But yeah, man, it's a fucked up package, man. Yeah, I'll listen to most of that shit. Like I said, I've been listening to a lot of Alchemist music and different artists he produced and different similar producers. So if you like that sort of thing, you like Mac Homie just came out with a tape. Shout out to Griselda. I think Bodie James came out with a tape. I gotta check that out too. And that's another thing. How do you find it? I have no. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good. Appreciate the marketing. Good modding. Retro Richard. Want to know how to find good content? Subscribe to Vigilante Williamson. I actually have no fucking idea, but shit, just lie to the people. I need subs. But yeah, how do you find it? That's the biggest part. How do you find good content when it's all buried in shit? And I have no fucking idea. Just hope the algorithm blesses you. I was watching, I've done content making music live. I was watching this dude make music live. That was cool. And actually, his setup was smarter than mine. He didn't make music from the same computer he was streaming for. He had a different, I don't know if it was a laptop or another PC that was capturing him create his music. But just the algorithm just happened to bring this guy. I'm like, oh man, that was pretty cool to watch this dude make beats and use guitar and keyboard and MPC and all this stuff to make this little jazz type stuff he was doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, keep doing your work. You're right, Tree-Rock. The internet was better when the mainstream was not in it. I'm sure. I thought you were a mod. Like, it's always weird when somebody's not a mod, especially somebody who's been here for a while. So you're a mod. Standard. I don't know what happened. Maybe I didn't. Or maybe I don't know. They took your wild powers away. I can't remember. But yeah, it's tough. It is tough to find good content, and it's hard to find good content, and it's hard to get your content out there when you do make stuff. At the same time, I try to make content. I want to make longer form content, like I want to do more reviews and stuff. And thank goodness that Joker one did go over 1,000. That was cool. And hopefully more reviews do similar, but it's hard to get your content out there if you do have something worth watching. I'm not saying everything I make is worth watching, but I know none of it is either. So, I mean, it's just a mess. And the algorithm really rather you watch something mainstream. It's always going to push you towards the mainstream, and even the things that it doesn't. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the dead internet theory, but the theory goes pretty much anything that goes viral, for the most part, is going to be under the control, or any personalities that you see. I think it's past 2018 or something like that. They'll all be a part of the system. It'll be, and some of it you could definitely tell when you see some of these creators, a Kai Cenat, a Logan Paul, some of these creators, you can tell, okay, there's a lot more backing them. Obviously, we talk about the Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan Paul. You can tell there's corporate backing, right? Kai Cenat, the same thing. And other creators, you can obviously tell at a certain point, this is not just some motherfuckers on their it's just not some random asshole in a gaming chair and a laptop. You know what I mean? There's people. There are people behind the scenes who are funding this and a part of this whole system, because it can be very profitable. But I don't know. All I can do is try to do my part My part is to try to be an alternative entertainment source, not just through this channel and through the content I make, these streams, make my own music. Lex Friedman, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another thing. The podcasters, not just the talk tour, but the Lex Friedmans. And, I do like his content. What's the Diary of a CEO, whatever that guy is. I mean, not all of them are terrible to watch, but there's a lot of that. This is the new access media. Tim Pool, you're not wrong. I think he's a part of a thing, yeah. the new access media using the podcast system. There's a lot of people, and I think Pat McAfee was, and then they just made it official and put him on ESPN proper. Not that I didn't like his content, it's sports oriented, but yeah, there's a lot of people in these spaces that definitely have more back. They're not just. I think even Rogan and obviously that's not even Rogan's big Spotify deal, and then a lot of those Roganettes, including people that I may like a Theo Von, because they get a lot of these mainstream guests, and it's because the mainstream is dying. They recognize that Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or whoever doesn't have the same pull. So, you'll get more out of having them be on Lex Friedman or Kai Cenat or some other internet personality than putting him on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. So a lot of celebrities or if shit, you can get Rogan, same thing. So now you're seeing that space. And I know, Rogan he only makes decisions. He only picks people he likes. And I don't know about that. I think he's a part of the game. Club Shay. I don't watch Club Shay. I mean, if I'll see clips. If they have a guest on, I'll see it. But I'm not big on that. I'm not really big on too many podcasts right now. If I see clips, I see clips. And, I mentioned the Diary of a CEO, I think it's called, because he will have interesting guests. Like, I'll sometimes watch health stuff. I'll sometimes come across podcasts when I'm interested in a specific subject. And then I'll come across certain podcasts. But I think we got enough of them. I mean, a lot of podcasts don't really have much to say to me. So that's a thing, too. Oh, wait, we got is that a message on Kick? Hold on. It's, no, it's just some bullshit. Trying to pay for viewers. Nah, man, I'm good. I never bought, let me get this up. Yeah, Hawk to a girl switched up fast. Her views dropped. I mean, that shit was always gonna fall. I hope she go back to being a regular human again. Fuck her. So entitled. You ever thank the guy? Thank him for what? You entitled hoe. For getting you noticed? You goofy bitch. Go back to your regular job. You don't deserve to be famous. And listen, I don't really want to be famous either. But still. And she in the feminist? Of course you gotta be a feminist. How you get famous for sucking dick and then you want to be a feminist? What the fuck? Trash. Trash. Oh shit. But I mean, hey, there's a cool YouTuber. Shout out to Wes. Unfortunately, mainstream entertainment's fucked. And they're doing a good job of suppressing guys like me who are trying to come up with something else. You see what Bushko right? You light up for the Hawk Tour girl? Yeah, she's falling off. I hope she does fall off, though. I just saw that clip of her when the dude, Whitney Cummings. Who is she? That sounds familiar. I feel like Whitney Cummings' name's been brought up a bunch of times, and I forget who she is each time. She one of these goofy ass comedians, I think. Yeah, and I think you brought her up. Who is this? Oh, Whitney Cummings. She's been brought up, and y'all gotta remind me every time she's brought up who the fuck she is. I forget about her existence. She's a comedian and actress. Let's see. And a podcaster. Golly, aged. I don't know who this is. I don't even know who this person is. Like, y'all bring her up, but I'm like, I don't remember seeing her. But she was the first episode on that podcast, apparently. Y'all bring her, Kai brings her up, and I always forget her. She's a hacky skank. I see. Like, who is she? Like, y'all always bring her up. I'm like, I always forget who she is. Was she part of the Rogan Extended Universe? Apparently, she sued some podcast network with a bunch of other people. I'm looking at her Wikipedia. Jesus. She had an eating disorder. Just some annoying. She's credited for the worst special ever. Even more with the Gringo Poppy. Apparently, they both were suing a motherfucking some podcast network ripped them off. Crazy that Brendan Shaw was an MMA dude, right? Wild work. Wild work. But you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna get out of here. It's almost 1, getting close to 1. People should be arrested for stupid lawsuits. Well, shit, that'll give a. While that sounds good in theory, that's the type of law that if it actually existed, every lawsuit would be considered. Every time you sue Disney, it'd be considered stupid, and you can go to jail because you can't sue Disney anymore, anyways. But in any event, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. We didn't even play the games. We just ran it. And talked to them. I appreciate you guys talking with me. You guys provided me with a little escapism, even if we don't have escapism outside of stuff. So, if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. Don't have an orange one. Have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving. Even if you did none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Have a good night. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Happy Black Friday. Happy whatever. I will talk to all you guys later. Maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. Peace.